All right, man. Let's talk about there's rumors going around that the Vikings could be trading for Matthew Stafford. Check out the NFC North playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Ironically, they played each other last night, and the Lions curse. Uh, the Lions curse continues. Um, they lost. So each team that's played the Lions has lost after playing the Lions, except for the Cowboys, and they had a bye. The Rams beat the Vikings last night. I turned it on. It was 14-14. I was more watching the Victor Wembanyama and Klay Thompson and Dallas and the Spurs. So that was kind of where my attention was last night. But yeah, man. Stafford had a good game. He got Puka Nacua back. He got Cooper Kupp back. Got to remember Chicago didn't play him with Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. That's what people tend to forget. He didn't have those two weapons when they played. So the Vikings rumor Minnesota linked to Rams Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp Adam Thielen reunion. So apparently there's a few things going on here. So it says with the NFL trade deadline rapidly approaching November 5th, the Minnesota Vikings have been linked to several high-profile names recently, including a pair of players with whom Kevin O'Connell has a history with. As it happens, those two players will be attempting to hand the Vikings their second straight loss Thursday night, which they did. Minnesota takes on Los Angeles Rams. The two players involved in these rumors, of course, are Matthew Stafford and wide receiver Cooper Kupp. Given O'Connell was the Rams offensive coordinator with Stafford and Kupp led the team to the Super Bowl win 3 seasons ago, the fact they both being linked to the Vikings in the trade rumor makes all sense in the world, but neither is going to happen, and we'll get to it why. So the Vikings trading Sam Darnold for Stafford isn't going to happen. The headlines pretty much say it. While there's been some chatter about the Vikings trading for Darnold for Stafford, that isn't happening. For starters, Benghazi, a Minnesota Star Tribune checked into the matter, and rumors picked up earlier this week, and the sources around it said it's zero truth. They're not going to admit that. Trust and believe me. They're not going to admit that. He said, but even if there is any truth, there's just no way the Vikings will do this. For one, the money issue, Stafford is set to get a cap hit of $53.6 million next 2 seasons, and the Rams would have to eat roughly $68 million in dead money if they move him. He says, but even taking the money out of it, they simply don't need a quarterback, as Darnold has done a fine job so far. He has some issues here and there, but he won all NFC Offensive Player of the Month. Plus, the organization loves him and wouldn't think anyone would disrupt. Hey, look here. I said on this part of it, if you add Stafford there, that instantly picks that franchise up, and they're way more dangerous. They're way more dangerous with Stafford. But on the flip side of it, how fast can Stafford get the offense down and form a rapport with everybody else? Not just, if you bring Cooper Kupp over, cool, but what about Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison? In the middle of the season, it's hard to swap quarterbacks, bro. Even though Matthew Stafford know the system, know the language, you talking about the chemistry with the offensive line, the chemistry with Aaron Jones, the chemistry with Ty Chandler and the rest of those guys, that's a lot to ask. You know what I'm saying? Just dumping them in the middle of the season like that. And then obviously they got J.J. McCarthy, which at the end of the day, 2 years Stafford owed that money. Guess what? J.J. McCarthy probably going to be rehabbing. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, not only is he going to be rehabbing, not only is he going to be rehabbing, Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre. So, so, so that, but that's the thing about it. Sometimes some of these guys need to sit a little bit longer than others, and I think we are seeing that with Geno Smith. We're seeing that with Sam Darnold. Some of these dudes just need to sit or just be in the right situation, in my opinion. So, but honestly, my main reason probably for this not actually happening is because how do you drop a quarterback, even though he know the system in the lingo? How do you drop a quarterback in the middle of the season? How do you drop him on a team? And the team got a loss now before they wrote this article. So they do, they momentum is coming to a screeching halt, but that's gonna be hard. So really what you'll be doing is playing for next year, you know. And Darnold, even in a loss, didn't play bad statistically wise. I seen some highlights. So, like I said, like I continue to say, man, I don't know if you want to mess with that right now, but Stafford will be an upgrade, but I think more of an upgrade for next year. Kupp would help, but more realistically, they probably gonna try to trade for Adam Thielen. He's old and broken up though at this point. He'll be able to help a team like he'd probably be able to help a team that's I can't explain it. He'll be able to help a team, a veteran, a team like Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? Even though they got Hopkins already, so he need somebody like Lamar Jackson. He'd be good for. Yeah, somebody like Lamar Jackson. He'd be good for. And I say that because Lamar would actually have a true possession receiver. That's what he need. Lamar with a true possession receiver. In my opinion, that's what he need. A true possession receiver. Somebody that can move the chain. So he's so used to leaning on tight ends, and a lot of quarterbacks who trying to get their foot in the door and starting to warm up, they rely on tight ends because they bigger targets. And they easy, bigger throwing windows and all that type of stuff. So they bigger targets. So that's why, a lot of them teams, rely on rely on tight end so much. So that's why they rely on tight end so much. So so might make some sense there. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, that's all I got, man. So but if that did happen somehow, if that did happen somehow, yeah, if that did happen somehow, man, I'm with it. I'm with it. So we'll see. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link subscription. Appreciate the love support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.